Good morning and welcome to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. I'm Shawn DeKnight. Sheriff, our topic today focuses on wellness, specifically for our first responders out there.
Well, Shawn, you know, the law enforcement profession is one that's each and every day a deputy or law enforcement person gets up and goes on a job, and they never know exactly what they're going to face on that particular day. And over time, going into hostile situations, dealing with the worst of the worst in our community sometimes, over several years, that starts to build up, the trauma from all those interactions. And something I've been very concerned about, going back to my first days in law enforcement, experiencing those kind of traumatic circumstances myself.
Right.
And so we've embarked upon trying to make sure we do everything we possibly can to make sure that when our deputies are hired, that we start the very onset of their arrival in the Leon County Sheriff's Office, trying to identify what kind of issues they may have coming with us, what kind of adverse experiences they had as a child.
Right.
And then from there, kind of get an idea of what kind of assistance we can provide to them. Not getting in their business at all,
right.
But trying to make sure that they understand that we are available to them and there for them. And that if they have aspirations, that our job is to try to meet those aspirations, taking some of the pressure off them. The job's tough enough.
Yes.
Without the other aspects of it. So we're very optimistic that we're making a difference, and we hope that this becomes a cultural kind of thing that carries on from generation to generation in law enforcement, that we do a really good job of onboarding people and then getting those persons ready for retirement.
Yeah, we're going to hear from one of our deputies today about his experience and how a focus on wellness has helped him. And I think from a citizen perspective, you know, these are the people who come to our rescue. So we really need to put a big focus on making sure they are well.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're hurting, in some cases we talk about that old cliche, hurt people, mm-hmm. And that's something we are always working to try to avoid in the law enforcement profession.
Well, we've got a lot to unpack today. This is First Responder Wellness Awareness Week, and so we've got some activities and to share some enlightening information for our viewers out there.
I'm looking forward to this discussion today.
It's going to be a good one indeed. So you want to be sure to stick around. Coming up after the break, taking care of our own. More on First Responder Wellness after the break.
Hi, I'm Deputy Cook with the Leon County Sheriff's Office School Resource Unit with your Crime Tip Tuesday.
When shopping online, use secure websites for purchases. Make sure to look for the icon of a locked padlock in the search bar next to HTTPS in the URL or web address. Beware of online bargains from companies you are not familiar with. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Protect your packages from porch pirates. Consider curbside pickup or be readily available to get your package when it arrives. Lastly, be sure to be wary of emails and clicking links inside the email.
And that's your Crime Tip. Have a great day.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Welcome back. First responders run to the rescue of others, and their readiness is a top priority for the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Joining us now is Captain Jimmy Goodman. Jimmy, tell us about your career in law enforcement and what's your current assignment?
Sheriff, I've been with our agency for 35 years, and I've had every role that you could just about have, everything from patrol, school resource, K-9, and I'm currently assigned to the detention side of our agency, which a very unique opportunity, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, you do a great job wherever you go. I can speak for the entire agency that you do a great job, Jimmy. But right now your assignment is in detention, but one of the things we want to talk about, though, is wellness. You've had a long career and you've seen a lot of things, so why is this wellness thing so important to us?
We need the best and brightest men and women serving our community. And the best way we do that is to make sure that they are wholesale in a good position, and that's what our wellness program does. It's everything from physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, to make that person whole. Because you want the best one of us to show up when you're having your worst day.
Right, right. Well, Jimmy, you've been in this a long time. I mentioned at the start of the show that I've been in this a long time and I see the trauma that's taking place. Talk about your experiences with trauma.
So, overexposure of long-term trauma is a real thing. And when I started, it was really frowned upon. You didn't open up to your feelings and you didn't process things. You masked it with either alcohol or abuses of other types. Nobody supported the person having issues. And that is a cultural shift in where we are now. Now we are building people's foundations so their home will be stable. And mine was not. And forever in my career from now on, I will always be mending those cracks that I didn't establish good practices at the beginning. However, those practices are learned behaviors and you can change them. And I've worked really hard with utilizing our wellness programs, a multitude of them. And one I'm extraordinarily proud of, which is Project 413.
Yeah. Talk about that, Jimmy. You are one of the what we call buddies in our program. Talk about how effective that is and what you get out of it.
So Project 413 is a peer-to-peer group. One, is confidential. Two, it's safe. And it provides a person that may be experiencing difficulties with something they've seen, witnessed, or just life in general. You know, people go through the losses of family members and divorces and everything else. And we kind of give ourselves a little Rolodex to produce to everyone else and say, if you're having difficulties with a death of a child, or if you're having difficulties with a scene you've seen, because we all have a lot of those same experiences, we can put those two people together to work those out, to help that process without risk or fear that they're going to be ostracized or lose their position or anything like that. It's a very, very huge safety net that we have provided to our family.
Yeah. And in terms of our citizens out there, what should they know about what we're doing with our wellness initiative?
We are trying to provide not only your community family members and friends the best care so we can provide it under stress and when you need the help. And obviously, we're people. We have feelings and we process things differently than others. And it's nice when someone comes up and says, hey, thank you for what you do, and certainly thank you for your service.
Yeah. Well, obviously, from my perspective, this is perhaps one of the most important things we've embarked upon is trying to take care of our people. From your perspective, how important is this to the rank and file member of the Leon County Sheriff's Office?
It is the most important thing we do. We talk safety. Yeah. That's at the end of the day, we want you and your families to be safe. And while we're out serving in the public, we want to be safe. You got to have your head in the game when you're making those very, very important decisions.
Well, Jimmy, I tell you what, I have seen you over the years in every capacity since I've been sheriff for the last 8 years. You do a tremendous job. Your service is beyond reproach. and you've helped in so many different areas. So thank you for all you do, and particularly for being a volunteer, one of our first to jump on the peer support system. That was big for us, so thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff, and thank you for all the opportunities.
Thank you, Captain Goodman. Coming up, a week full of awareness activities. More on the LCSO Wellness Program. Up next.
Human trafficking is slavery.
And it happens all over America.
Any child, any woman, any man could potentially become a victim of human trafficking.
I am a victim of labor trafficking.
I was victim of child sex trafficking, but now I own my body.
Human trafficking is any kind of forced labor.
It can happen to anybody.
I am a mother.
I am an author.
I am a son.
I'm an advocate.
I am an educator.
I'm a sister.
I am a brother.
I'm so much more than what happened to me. I am strong.
I am brave.
I am outspoken.
I am compassionate.
I am a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor of human trafficking.
A 19-second conversation with a stranger online can put your child in danger of being exploited or abused.
Talking to kids about online safety can protect us for a lifetime. Don't wait. Talk to us today.
Hey everybody, it's gonna be just plain hot out there.
In 70-degree weather, it takes only minutes for the inside of your car to heat up like an oven. At 104 degrees, heat stroke begins, followed by loss of consciousness. Every year, almost 40 children die of heat stroke after being forgotten in a vehicle. A simple change in daily routine is often the cause. Look before you lock. Brought to you by Kids in Cars.
At the Florida Sheriff's Association, we are able to serve our sheriffs and Floridians thanks to our members' support. The FSA Member Perks program was created to give back to our members for all that they do. Members enjoy savings on restaurants, vacations, golf courses, car rentals, healthcare, movie tickets, theme parks, online shopping, and more. With over 300,000 offers, you'll always find ways to save. To learn more or to join the Florida Sheriff's Association, visit fsamemberperks.org.
Welcome back. It's First Responders Wellness Week, and the LCSO is shining a spotlight on this important journey. Joining us now is Nicole Troelstrup. Nicole, tell us about your role at the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me, Sheriff. As you mentioned, I am the full-time wellness coordinator for us at the Sheriff's Office. My background is I'm a licensed mental health counselor and a certified first responder counselor. But in my role at the Sheriff's Office, I have the opportunity to oversee our wellness program and the different initiatives and resources that we make available to our employees and their family members.
Well, Nicole, first of all, let me just thank you for the great job you do. One of the most important things I did was bring you on this team. But tell us about the initiative. What is this all about?
Yeah, so First Responder Wellness Week, it's not a secret that our first responders, the work that they do takes a toll on them both physically and mentally. Compared to the general population, first responders are at an increased risk for both physical and mental health concerns. So things like cardiac disease and diabetes, depression, anxiety, increased risk for suicidal ideation. All of these things make the First Responder Wellness Week initiative just something really important for us to highlight the active pursuit of a holistically well lifestyle for our employees.
Well, I'm looking here. It says the theme is fit for duty, fit for life. Why should that theme resonate with our citizens and with our deputies?
Yeah, so the theme is based on the idea that being a first responder demands more than just showing up for work each day. It requires a physical, mental, emotional readiness that is developed and sustained through intentionality. So this is about being fit and ready not only for duty, but also for yourself and for your family.
Now, how is this being supported out there, both internally and externally?
So First Responder Wellness Week is going to be a week that we are recognizing this week, March 24th through 28th. It is a week that is packed full of actionable tips, long-term strategies, just a bunch of information, education to build and sustain that occupational readiness. So over the course of this week, we are making available information through events, podcasts, videos, different resources that are both internal and external to highlight the different areas of that occupational readiness. So tactical fitness, mental and emotional support, peer support, each of those different themes.
Now you've thrown out a lot of terms there, and what is, for our audience out there, what is tactical readiness? What does that mean?
So it's the ability to be able to respond to that call for service. So I know that you guys discussed a little bit about how important it is for our deputies to be at their best, for our first responders to be at their best when we are going to help the public. And so all of this wellness is about helping prepare our public safety personnel to be able to respond the best that they can.
Yeah. And I want to make sure this audience understands this isn't just about the Leon County Sheriff's Office. We're talking about all of our first responders. Correct. Can you go more in detail about that?
Yeah, so we are partnering with some of the other local first responder agencies to help bring this information to everybody within those organizations. So we're promoting the same education, the same information, partnering on events, just to really highlight and unify the importance of public safety personnel's overall wellness.
So what can our citizens out there, is there any way that citizens can help in this endeavor?
Well, there's a couple of events that we are going to be doing over the course of this next year that are going to be able to give opportunities for our community members to engage and support our first responder wellness. Some of those events include a preventative health screening that's going to be available for our employees but also our community members. We have an expo event that will be coming up to feature different vendors and resources that support wellness. So there's going to be several opportunities for our employees to be able to benefit as well as connect with members of the community.
Well, Nicole, as usual, you did a great job. Thank you for the great jobs you do serving the citizens of Leon County and particularly serving our deputies and the staff of Leon County Sheriff's Office. Thank you so much. Coming up in our Deputy on Duty, maintaining security, order, and decorum at the Leon County Courthouse. Meet the members of our bailiff unit. Up next.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer.
I'm a barber.
A waitress.
A mom. We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good,
others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty, something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
An email from the post office? How do they even know my email address?
They don't. This is a bogus email sent by scammers that looks like it is coming from the Postal Service, or even the Postmaster General himself. The email contains fraudulent information about an attempted or intercepted package delivery, and provides a link to click on to find out when delivery is expected. But that click can activate a virus, which can steal personal information such as usernames, passwords, or financial account numbers stored on the computer or mobile devices. Here are some telltale signs that an email is bogus. It contains poor grammar or spelling errors. It states that immediate action must be taken or there'll be dire consequences. It requests personal information under the guise of reconfirming information. The Postal Service does not notify customers about package delivery attempts by email. If you receive such a message, don't open it. Instead, forward it to spam@uspis.gov and then delete the email.
In this episode of Deputy on Duty, we invite you to explore the Leon County Courthouse, where our bailiff deputies play a vital role in upholding order and ensuring security.
My name is Deputy True Holt, and my role is currently a bailiff deputy at the Leon County Courthouse.
Bailiff deputies take on various responsibilities, but their primary focus is to guarantee the safety of everyone who enters the courthouse.
Primary responsibility is the safety and security of the courthouse itself. There are several different stakeholders in the courthouse, and so we have the public defender's office here, state attorney, and we also have the county commission here, and we also have the clerk's office. So it's to make sure all of those entities are safe and to carry on the functions of what happens on a day-to-day basis at the courthouse, from trials to hearings to even people come to pay tickets here.
Each day, deputies strive to keep weapons and other restricted items out of the courthouse.
When people come to the courthouse, they're not supposed to bring weapons and things of that nature. So we have a process before they even get into the building. Well, once they enter the building, they have a screening process that they have to go through. And so we have to check for heavy metals and things of that nature to make sure that they don't bring any knives or guns. And we've actually had to stop some of those things and send people back to their cars.
However, security extends beyond the entrance dorms. Within the courtroom, emotions can escalate significantly.
A lot of times, a lot of emotions come through the courthouse and all of that things. People come here for divorces, people come here for injunctions. And so we have to make sure, like when those individuals come for injunctions, we have to make sure that the person that they're seeking the injunction against, they don't attack them while they're here. And then we have the defendants, they're set to stand trial, but we can't have the victim's family attack them while they're here. And the judges sometimes give out sentences that families may not like. And so we also have to make sure that they stay safe regardless of how the individual feels, because they have a job to do as well.
In this role, it is crucial to have patience and handle intense situations with care.
Well, you have to have the skill set to, one, be able to talk to people, because like I said, we're in a closed-in area. You don't want to always be overly aggressive, even if the individual is aggressive. We have to be able to de-escalate the situation.
His passion for helping the youth inspired him to pursue a doctoral degree in criminal justice, focusing on juvenile recidivism. When asked about his favorite part about the job, Deputy Holt says,
well, because I work in the juvenile division, it's talking to the kids, trying to get them to see that there's better things in life than to the life of crime. Trying to get them to see that it's not about my parents not trying to let me be a kid. It's about them trying to teach the values of how to be a kid, but also what you're going to need, those tools you're going to need to be an adult.
Above all, bailiff deputies serve to protect and ensure the courthouse remains a place of justice and safety for all.
This goes back into helping others. That's the most rewarding part of this job. If we go into this job thinking we're going to make 1,000 arrests, then that's the wrong idea, the wrong way to go about it. Sometimes an individual just needs to be educated on what is and what's not. And if we can't do that as deputy sheriffs, then we're not doing anything, or we're not servicing the community as we should.
If you're ready to make a difference at the Leon County Sheriff's Office, visit our website today and apply for a job at leoncountyso.com. For Leon County Today, I'm Giovanni Hampton.
Download the Leon County Sheriff's Office mobile app right now. Our mobile app makes it easier than ever to report a crime and get important safety alerts. And follow reported crimes in your neighborhood, all in one convenient location in the palm of your hands. Download LCSO Connect right now. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching LCSO Connect. You can more details about the features of the app on our website, leoncountyso.com.
Welcome back to Leon County Today. Sheriff, our bailiff unit, I don't think the average person realizes how many people come through the courthouse on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's a tremendous, I don't know the number myself. It's a big number of persons coming in and out. And the bailiffs, when you think about it, you think they're just standing there checking people. There are a lot more things going on. There's getting people transported from our detention facility to the courthouse, and the coordination between the courthouse staff and our staff. It's a tough job, it really is, and most of those folks, from my perspective, they've been there for a while, they've been with the sheriff's office a while, they've done a lot of jobs previously, and I know the supervisors don't want to hear me say this, but they don't need a lot of supervision. They know what they're doing, and the other part of that is trying to deal with the politics of being in the courthouse, and each judge runs his courtroom differently. And our deputies, our bailiffs are able to navigate those politics and get things done. And the good thing is, citizens out there, you never hear anything negative about the bailiff unit and the responses. They go and respond to so many incidents that take place at the courthouse, and they do it without any problems or any issues. I'm really proud of the unit.
Proud of them indeed. And hearing Captain Goodman talk about wellness of our deputies really does put things into perspective.
Yeah, Jimmy, I tell you, he's one of a kind. Jimmy volunteered immediately, realizing that he has that, what I call that it, that he can share with the others. And he has the credibility too, the years he's been there. And when he walks and starts talking about life issues, the young people listen, and that's really important.
And it's really good to see the profession evolve to be more open to these types of conversations.
Well, again, people like Jimmy that's been out there for a period of time, and they legitimized the whole process. And we made a good effort too to make sure that everything they talk about has nothing to do with us in administration. It has all to do with their being safe and understanding if they've got issues and problems, take them to the professionals out there. We're going to put the professionals who are there in your face, and it's up to you to take advantage of it.
Those resources are there. All right, thanks, Sheriff, and thank you all for joining us for another episode. We'll see you back here next week.